Oh, move over.
Move over.
There you go.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Queen of Sheba. I am on the couch today with one of my favourite fellas, also my husband.
One of?
Well.
The only favourite fella, and Bowie and Harry.
My three favourite fellas, David Bowie, Prince Harry. First of all, huge shout out to all my new subscribers. I have hit over 13,000 subscribers. Can you believe that?
I can believe it, actually. I find your videos really fun to watch, and friends of mine have actually been subscribing and watching too.
Have they really?
Yes, they have.
Like who?
Oh, friends of mine in the band.
Oh gosh,
And
no!
I love it.
They're not really my demographic, the guys in your band.
No.
Shout out to all the guys in Phil's band. Hi, leave a little message below.
Oh.
We're not here to talk about
Yeah.
Phil and his band. This is my channel.
That's more King of Sheba stuff.
Actually, on King of Sheba, we've had a few questions. Are you going to start your own YouTube channel, The King of Sheba?
Look, maybe.
Watch this space.
Are you serious?
Oh my gosh, who did that together? Oh, so
Let me
lame.
see.
Oh. Okay, alright, so I did a call out on Instagram asking whether you guys had any questions for Phil and I. So you've got to say the name.
Oh.
This question is from, and then the question.
Okay. This question is from Anna Guevara 1010, and her question is, are you ever mean at your job?
I think that's to me.
Seems like you wouldn't be.
Oh, am I ever mean in my job? Look, I'm hard but fair. I think sometimes, like usually I love to kill it with kindness, and I do like to be very kind to the people that work for me and my clients and the media that I work with, and I do try to be quite a nice person most of the time. But sometimes you do have to put your foot down when things aren't quite right. I'm certainly not a pushover.
No.
Because I am quite nice most of the time, when I do have to be very sort of hard and firm, it certainly has an impact. Would you agree with that? You've seen me in action before, haven't you?
I love it. Next question. I've sort of scrolled down.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
You haven't missed any, have you?
Yeah, I missed one.
Okay, the next question is from RL246. Oh, I see why you've scrolled down on this question, Philby. Okay. Was it hard to accept the age difference and telling people about you and Phil? Aren't you at all concerned that your child...
You don't have to go into all the details of this question, because I actually think this person's being just a tad mean.
So the second part of that question is, aren't you at all concerned that your child is only 3 when he'll be in his 50s? When they're 20, he'll be almost 70. Do you feel that that ship has sailed, re having kids?
Bye-bye, ship. There's definitely an age difference.
Gosh, I had no problem with telling people that we were together. I was proud.
Yeah.
Wow, I keep you young.
Yes.
No, actually, that's not true. You keep me young.
Right.
Right? Because I'm so kind of serious and, I don't know, I'm a bit of an old soul, I think.
And the kids thing, I mean, that it just is what it is.
Yeah, you know, I think with the age thing and the kids thing, I think I'd be more concerned if I married the wrong person.
Oh yeah,
realised
you didn't love the person that you married.
Yeah, I'd be more concerned if I didn't love you. Next question, but thank you for your question.
I don't really think.
If you're being genuine about that.
Oh, here's a question from Classy Trace.
She's a fellow Australian.
Oh. Classy Trace. What do you do to overcome times when things don't go your way, when you're feeling overwhelmed with work, etc.? You always seem so positive, and just wondering what your secrets are.
Usually I just call this guy and he just calms me down.
Yeah, and if I'm not around, or if you... I've seen you do this thing where you just work harder.
Yeah.
You seem to get a lot of stress relief from just focusing on the job at hand and just working through it.
If I'm feeling overwhelmed with my workload, I just write lists and just prioritize. It's really important just to prioritize what you have to do, and yeah, just start at number 1. Work your way through that list, and yeah, just one step at a time, I think.
Tick it off.
Yeah, and if things get really overwhelming and I'm just having a really crap day, which can happen, I just go for a quick walk around the block, get some fresh air, reset my mind and yeah, sit back down and just work my way through that list really. Okay, next question is from Angie One Loves, and she asks, what are both of your favourite brands? Difficult one, top 5 if it makes it easier. Also, how is your Burberry trench working out, and how is Phil's studio coming along?
Well, I'm so happy that you've included me on this question. What's her name?
Angie One Loves.
Angie One Loves.
Nice name, by the way.
Yes.
Definitely Chanel for me. Louis Vuitton. I really do like Burberry actually. I never really got into them until recently. I think they do amazing jackets and coats. That's 3 of my favourite brands.
Are there any real people brands? Normal people brands?
Yeah, this is the thing though, right? Because I do a lot of shopping haul videos and it's always like designer shopping haul videos. I'm just gonna say it, I don't just buy designer stuff. Like, I only buy designer stuff to treat myself if I've had a really great success at work or to reward myself if I've reached a goal. But usually, on the whole, like most of my clothes that I wear are not designer, and they're from like David Jones or Maya or Sports Girl or Witchery or Seed, which is a sort of newish brand in Australia, which I really like. I don't tend to buy designer a lot, but if you ask me what my favourite all-time brands are, then it's iconic, you know, designer labels.
You've got 2 more.
So 2 more. I'm going to say Seed Heritage. I love the Seed clothes, which is a very kind of accessible brand in Australia. It's very, you know, they've got great, actually this whole outfit that I'm wearing is from Seed, and I think it cost me like $100. You know, so I do like real people brands, if you want to ask me that question. And my other favourite brand, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to throw to you. What are your favourite brands?
Well, I love Nudie jeans, and they also make great shirts and t-shirts. And Levi's, of course, and Wrangler shirts. I'm pretty basic when it comes to clothes. Okay, so there's a great label here called Jack London that does sort of funky 60s mod suits that I wear. That's clothes brands, but if you want to talk about other kind of brands, like music brands, we could go on all day. Fender, Gibson, Bondi Effects.
I remember my last favourite brand.
What was that?
Dior.
Oh, that's it.
Dior. Yeah, I'd probably say Dior. Next question is from Miss Philippine. And she asks, what does Phil do? When are you and Phil planning on having kids? And do you currently have any vacancies in my company? I don't have any vacancies in my company. Actually, I've just put on a couple of new people, so we're pretty full at the moment. What do you do?
I'm a musician. I'm a guitarist and singer. And, I write songs and produce music and got my own studio. And I tour with an incredible singer-songwriter, performer in Australia called James Rain, and that keeps me very, very busy.
And the big news for you, Phil, is that next month you're going on the road and supporting Rod Stewart. How cool is that?
Yes, that's a national Australian tour. Actually, we're touring to New Zealand as well, and we like to call it a double bill with Rod Stewart.
When are we planning on having kids?
Nowish.
As you can see, Phil is very, very keen to have kids.
Yeah, well...
You'd be a great dad.
Oh, you might be the bad cop and I might be the good cop, but those roles can change.
Yeah.
Off you go now, Bowie. Have fun.
Next question is from...
Dralena.
Would like to know if you have any hobbies besides YouTube, and what is motivating you to do your best every day at work?
For me, my hobbies, most of my hobbies are directly linked to what I do. So, being a guitarist, I collect guitars and pedals. I also do martial arts, and that's...
Yeah, my hobbies are cooking. I love to get in the kitchen and cook, and I also love to shop. I think handbags are probably a little bit of a hobby of mine.
In case you haven't guessed,
traveling, yeah, absolutely love to travel. The second part of your question is, what is motivating you to do your best work every day? It's a good question. So what motivates me is probably just having a goal and and being able to tick it off the list and move on to the next thing. I'm very ambitious. Right. I think the big picture probably really inspires me to keep going, because every day, you know, sometimes, you know, you'll come up against things that can be a little bit, you know, demotivating. Is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if you've got your eye on the prize and the big picture in mind, then it certainly helps to motivate you and just keep going every day. Okay, so next question is from CNC, and they ask, what would you do if your assistant would tell you all the time that she doesn't like the way you do things or question your decisions? How would you handle that situation? You seem to be a very diplomatic person, but how would you handle the tricky situation like that?
That sounds like she's going through that exact thing.
You know, well, I guess, you know, at the end of the day, it's my business. I get to choose how I run it. At the same time, I would hate to feel like anyone that worked for me wasn't comfortable or felt confident in their job. So I guess I'd have to sit down with them and just have a one-on-one chat. We'd probably go out for a cup of tea or a coffee, and I'd have to address the situation. I definitely nip it in the bud as soon as I saw that arise, and just sort the situation out and find a way that we can both work together. Do you think that's fair?
I think that answer was very fair. I was going to be a bit more on the firm side, the bad cop side.
Right.
It's not really their position to be kind of expressing their personal opinions about your leadership or decisions. So I'd be questioning whether they're right for the role. Okay, Willy Boy 528. When is your closet tour coming?
Oh, closet tour. I'm really excited to show my closet to you guys, and it has been finished for a little while now. I'm ready to share it with you guys, and we're going to film that very soon, so stay tuned. It will probably be one of my next videos that I do.
This one's from Drelena. And it was the second part of her question.
We forgot to do it,
yeah.
So I've come back to it.
What do you see as the most important thing for keeping and nurturing your relationship with your spouse?
You're my spouse.
Yeah.
Communication, absolutely. Communication, we talk a lot. Well, I talk a lot, and you listen a lot.
Yeah, communicating and listening to each other.
Yeah, so we have set up some agreements, really, that we, I don't talk to Phil before he's had a coffee.
Don't talk shop on a Sunday.
We try not to talk about work on a Sunday. We try to just keep it a nice us day.
We fail drastically at that every time.
Yeah, we go an hour without talking about work, and then we're back into it.
We spoil each other as much as we can.
Yeah, we do. And not extravagant things, little things. Like if I've had a really big day at work, I'll come home and Phil has laid out my pajamas for me. I just think that is the sweetest thing ever.
Oh, a little tip, guys, if there are any guys out there, get a bit of a heads up. Try and find out that she's had a big day before you do the pajama thing, because if she hasn't had a big day and comes home, it has a different effect than if she has had a big day. So.
What do you mean?
Well, it won't mean as much if you come home and you're in a great mood and you just want to talk about the awesome things that's happened and blah, blah, blah. Oh, their pajamas, cool. Anyway, so, and this other thing happened, right? But if you've had a huge day and just want to stick your pajamas on,
right,
and I know ahead, bang, clean up the kitchen, set out the pajamas, make sure the kettle's hot when she gets in, make a cup of tea and stick it straight in her hand as soon as she hits the kitchen.
Wow, do you really go to that much thought and effort?
Yeah, totally. You know, some people might call that kind of life contrived. I call it well planned.
Right.
Oh, okay. So here's one from Nalondonia. What were some of your deal breakers when dating before you met Phil?
All right. Well, wow. I had some interesting dates before I met this guy. Well, we can talk about this. You're fine with me talking about this sort of stuff. Phil has not got a jealous bone in his body, so it's all completely cool. All right, deal breakers for me. Okay, I went on this date with this guy once, and I met him through like an online dating site. And I know online dating's cool. It's all right. My sister met her husband on online dating.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, hi Nick. Not that he'd ever watch our videos. But okay, the deal breaker for me, I went on this date with this guy and within 10 minutes, he started calling me Peaches.
Oh, wrong. Fail.
Fail, Peaches. And he wore really high jeans, really high up.
Harry High Pants.
It was a little bit of the Harry High Pants, but it was nice, but
So,
I couldn't get past Peaches.
Hey, just on this, this sort of sounds a little bit like those scenes in Sex and the City. And I think sometimes those women can be a little harsh.
Yeah, it was just a bit of a turn off.
It's a bit sort of Seinfeld. You know, the guy had high pants and I was like, I couldn't get around it. It's like, well, maybe he could have been a top bloke and you just didn't give him a fair chance.
Yeah.
Deal breaker though, but
it was a deal breaker. The other deal breaker for me, and this is kind of a little bit more legit, I guess, was when a guy would say, I'll call you tomorrow, and he never called you the next day. He would play the game and he'd call you like 3, 4, sometimes 5 days after the date and would play that game. Then it was a deal breaker for me. I just wasn't interested. I don't have time to play games.
Did I call?
Yeah, so this is the thing that kind of won me over with you very quickly, apart from the fact that you were
awesome and hot.
Yes. But the great thing about you was that when you'd say, I'll call you tomorrow, and I'd be like, yeah, whatever, he's not going to call. And every time you would say that, you would totally call the next day.
Deal maker.
And I was like, wow.
What's the opposite of fail? Deal maker. Achieved. Good thing. Unfailed.
Well, I just loved it that you would actually do what you said you were going to do. You know, actions speak louder than words. And yeah, that was a deal breaker. So what other deal breakers did I have? This is kind of debatable, but for me, if a guy asks you out on the first date, I think that he should pay for you and not expect you to go 50-50 or that you should buy dinner. I've been on dates before when the guys asked me out on a date and the bill would come and he'd just sit back and not do anything and I'd end up paying for it.
What?
Yeah, they're my deal breakers.
Yeah.
Just call when you say you're going to call and don't call me Peaches.
Any tips on improving one's public speaking ability? And in brackets, crippling fear of being in front of large audiences.
Yeah, well actually this question is very timely for me because exciting news you guys, I have been invited to do a TEDx talk in America. I can't believe they've reached out to me and have asked me to do this, it's such an honor to be asked to do a TEDx talk. I watch the videos on YouTube all the time. I think they're amazing. And now they've asked me to do my own talk. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. The talk is happening on the 19th of May in New Jersey in a suburb called Westminster. I've never been there, I've actually never been to New Jersey, but I'm really excited to get over there. So I feel your pain. I understand where you're coming from, feeling that crippling fear of speaking, you know, to a big audience. In fact, Phil's probably better at answering this question because he has done thousands of talks at schools, business seminars, conferences. He's Mr. Entertainment and he's great with addressing large crowds. You don't seem to get very nervous. Whenever I've seen you in, you know, talking mode, you seem pretty cool, calm and collected. So what are your tips to kind of get through that fear?
With public speaking, I would say that you're going to feel most comfortable talking about something you know about. So I would start there. Just practice. Start with 5 minutes and build it up to 10 and then 15 and eventually I was doing talks.
I saw a talk of yours that went for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. He just like having a chat, you know, he was so, like, do you even have that adrenaline? Like when I get up on a stage, oh gosh,
yeah.
I feel it in my chest and in my heart and, you know, like
it's nerve-wracking.
It is
Yeah,
nerve-wracking.
it is, but I make that work for me. In fact,
Right.
I will announce the elephant in the room and I'll say, you know what, ordinarily I don't get very nervous doing talks, but today I'm particularly nervous.
Right.
The main tip I can pass on to you is talk about what you know. Oh, and there's another tip. Keep it simple and stick just to basic points because I tend to go off on tangents.
Really?
Yes.
Next question.
The next question, okay, straight from the Instagram feed is Alicia Lapote. When you come to America for your TED Talk, how do you hope to inspire your audience to be empowered and self-start their dreams?
That's a TED Talk in itself, isn't it?
That really is.
I'm so excited to do the TED Talk, and what I hope to kind of get across. And the thing is, the thing that a lot of you guys don't understand about me, and I think the thing that most people don't get about me, is that I'm a very anxious person. I've suffered with anxiety for pretty much all my life, but because I'm a public relations professional, I have my PR hat on all the time, and I have to have this very cool, calm and collected sort of facade about me, I guess. So when I get dressed for work and I'm putting on my makeup in the morning, I'm kind of putting on a little bit of a character, you know. I'm putting on my PR, my work hat, and I do get into that character. But internally, most days I'm freaking out. You know, I'm a professional worrier. I worry about everything. I don't sleep very well. Sleep is so important. I'm trying really, really hard to get better sleep. But I am a bit of a professional worrier. When I've got nothing to worry about, I'll worry that I've got nothing to worry about, you know? So it's a bit crazy. So my TEDx talk is be the warrior, not the worrier. And I guess I'm just trying to let people out there know, especially, you know, people that want to start their own business or go out on their own journey and have their own path and create their own future for themselves, is just be brave and just embrace the fear, because I was so fearful when I went out on my own, but it's the best thing that I've ever done. And for me, and maybe you'll relate to this, maybe you won't, but for me, I think that if something scares you or you feel fearful, then it usually means that you're on the right track, I think, in my opinion.
So take it on.
Yeah, so take it on, you know, listen to that inner voice, that inner kind of fearful voice, embrace it and just take it on and feel inspired. I don't know, just to do it anyway. Feel the fear and just do it anyway.
Yeah, it is a bit of a corny saying, but the thing about those corny sayings is that they are actually true.
Yeah.
Feel the fear and do it anyway. That's a ripper.
Oh.
I love that.
Is that a saying?
No, I think it was a title for a book.
Was it?
Yeah, feel the fear and do it anyway.
Oh.
Maricag8. What daily or weekly or monthly rituals do you have that make you most happy?
Oh, do you want to start?
Well, yeah, I've got to have my coffee in the morning, and I have to practice guitar a couple of hours a day, and that might be spread out throughout the day, 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there, but that makes me most happy. And if I can get to train in martial arts a couple of times a week, then yeah, that's a kind of a ritual too.
My rituals are cup of tea every morning and every afternoon. That is like my daily ritual. I just chill out for 5 minutes and boil the kettle, and that's like my time. I really love getting a couple of workouts during the week. Really relaxes me and lets me sleep a lot better as well. And monthly, probably, you know, going for a massage together and spending time with you kind of makes me most happy.
Well, no, I can totally understand that because I'm so awesome. Okay.
Next question.
Next question. Ray Frog.
What's your must-have lipstick if you could only choose one? Oh, Ray Frog, you're asking the big questions here.
Oh yeah, that's the big one.
The big one. I don't know. It would have to be a pink lip, obviously. Oh, what brand would I go for? I'm loving the Givenchy lipsticks at the moment. The one that I'm wearing at the moment is called Irresistible Fuchsia, and I'm probably going to go with that one.
And this is our last question.
Last question?
Yeah, this is from Lisa Zealand. What is your next big holiday going to be? Have you got a favourite city?
So, next trip for us, it's not really a holiday, it's more of a working holiday. We are off to LA in May. For the TEDx talk. So we're going to LA for about a week first, and then we're going over to New York, and then we'll go over to Jersey as well. So that's our next trip that we've got planned. It's not so much a holiday, but it's a trip. And I guess our favourite city would be...
New York.
New York.
New York City.
New York City, yeah, it's our favourite city. I can't wait to get back there again.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so I think that's it.
That's it.
We didn't get through all the questions though.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We can do it on another one.
We'll do another one, yes. If you want us to keep doing these sort of videos, then definitely give us a thumbs up. And we will continue to do them. It's so much fun. Well, it's fun for me. Do you have fun? Like, be honest, you've had fun, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you also to all my new subscribers. I can't believe that I've got over 13,000 subscribers now. That's mental.
I don't find that hard to believe because there's probably a lot of people that like me that have just come on.
Just to follow you?
Yeah, because I'm,
So awesome. Yeah,
and
anyway.
I can't help being that, just...
Alright guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for tuning in. A big goodbye from Prince Harry, David Bowie, and from us. So we'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.
Okie dokie.